Filipino rituals and ceremonies in Region 3, Central Luzon of the Philippines. Among all Asian countries, the Philippines has the most distinct customs and heritage, as well as rites and ceremonies inherited and practiced by the country's previous colonists and forefathers. The Filipino concept of giving importance or valuing has also contributed to the depth and richness of our precious country's identity. Our culture has given us a special character that distinguishes us from remaining portion of the world's cultures. Not only do we have a distinct styles and ways of doing something, but we also prefer to continue practicing all beliefs, rituals, ceremonies, culture, and tradition in each and every way possible. This only demonstrates how significant it is to us Filipinos since it has become an integral component of our identity. As a part of our country, as a Filipino, I would love to study about our very own cultures, traditions, rituals, and ceremonies. Philippines is an archipelago, which consists about 7,640 islands that are broadly categorized under three main geographical divisions from north to south. The three main geographical divisions from north to south includes Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Philippines is clustered in 17 regions. Region 3, Central Luzon, which is located north of Manila, the capital of the Philippines, is nicknamed as the rice granary of the Philippines because it produces most of the country's dining staple. Central Luzon composed of 7 provinces: Aurora, Bataan, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Zambales, Pampanga, and Tarlac. Overall, it consists of a total 14 cities, 116 municipalities, and 3,102 barangays. There are multiple dialects spoken, which includes Tagalog, Iloco, Kapampangan, Sambal or Sambaleño. Aurora, where a world of excitement awaits you. Aurora Province is located on the east-central side of Luzon Island. It is the northeasternmost province of Central Luzon. It is bordered on the north by the provinces of Isabela and Quirino, on the west by Nueva Ecija and Nueva Vizcaya, on the south by Bulacan and Quezon, and on the east by the Pacific Ocean. The province's main link to the rest of Luzon is through a narrow mountain gravel road that twists through the Sierra Madre mountain range. The road is located between Baler and Bungabon, Nueva Ecija. Rituals and ceremonies in Aurora. The Aurora Foundation Day Festival. It is a celebration of the foundation of the province of Aurora, which is celebrated on the very day of birth of the late Lady Aurora Quezon. The event also coincides with the grandest festival, the Suman Festival. Suman Festival is celebrated every February 19. The celebration includes a parade of uniquely designed floats, trade exhibits, fairs, and competitions. The suman is a sweet, sticky native rice cake, and it is used to decorate the main streets and houses in Baler during the festivity. San Luis Sabutan Festival. Sabutan Festival is praised each year to pay tribute to the patron saint of Baler Aurora, San Luis Obispo, and in recognition of the introduction of an awesome pioneer and statesman, President Manuel Luis Quezon. Sabutan is a plant that develops along the beachfront region of Palanan, utilized by the ladies of Palanan in making mats, packs, caps, and fans, which at that point fill in as an wellspring of income. Bataan, a living monument of valor, gallantry, and heroism. Bataan was established in 1754 by Governor-General Pedro Manuel Aranja out of territories belonging to Pampanga and the Corregimiento of Mariveles, which at the time included Maragondon and Cavite across the bay. The province had more than its share of significant historical events. Under heavy aircraft and artillery shelling from the invading Japanese forces, the belly-geared Filipino-American troops valiantly defended this last bastion until the fall of Bataan on April 9, 1942. Rituals and ceremonies in Bataan. Cenaculo. The people of Calagiman had been practicing this tradition since 1947, which was started by one family in this barangay, a traditional Lenten presentation reenacting the life and passion of Christ presented by the local folks of Calagiman in major roads, culminating at the town plaza. Early on Good Friday, people would flock down the main streets to watch the cenaculo, a passion play depicting the suffering of Jesus Christ, starting with the betrayal of Judas up to the funeral of Jesus. The participants are all dressed in costumes depicting the role they portray. Bataan Day Celebration. Araw ng Kagitingan or Bataan Day is an annual event, a national holiday April 6 to 9, that commemorates the gallantry of Filipino and American soldiers during World War II. The fate or fall of Bataan and honors the bravery of Filipino soldiers who offered their lives for freedom of the country. The President of the country, together with other dignitaries, war veterans, and officials of the province, usually leads celebration of the Bataan Day at the Shrine of Valor in Mount Samat. Banga Festival. It is said that the name Balanga was derived from a kind of pot used for cooking or fetching water. The cooking pot is made of a special clay and is locally known as banga. To commemorate this humble beginning of the now progressive city, the Banga Festival is celebrated. Bulacan, birthplace of heroes and sites of historic events. The province name is derived from the Tagalog word bulak, meaning cotton, which was its former principal product. Bulacan started with small fishing settlements along the coast of Manila Bay and expanded into the interior with the arrival of the Spaniards. These settlements formed the nucleus of towns that were founded from 1572 to 1750. In 1848, the town of San Miguel was annexed to Bulacan from Pampanga. Bulacan was one of the first 8 provinces to rise against Spanish rule. Bulacan is the home province of heroes like Francisco Baltasar, the prince of Filipino poets, Marcelo H. del Pilar, the great propagandist, and Gregorio del Pilar, the hero of Tirad Pass. Bulacan is popularly known as the gateway to northern Philippines. Rituals and ceremonies in Bulacan. Singkaban Festival. It is a yearly common occasion of Bulacan where Bulakenyo culture and expressions are included in 7 days in length festivity. It exhibits the conventional crafts of the scholarly frame balagtasan, folk moves, and customary tunes known as kandiman. Singkaban is a Filipino word for decorated bamboo ark used as a welcome signage of a town, city, or village in the country. It is widely used as decoration during town fiestas in Bulacan. Singkaban is abundantly known to the Bulacan province, especially in Malolos and Hagonoy, where Singkaban art originated. Kneeling Carabao in Pulilan. It is celebrated in May and is held in honor of the water buffaloes. These animals are prized possession in the Philippines and are very important for all farmers. The water buffalo, locally known as carabao, is the national animal in the country. Fertility dance in Obando. The Obando fertility dance or dance ritual, initially an anarchist ritual and later also become a Catholic festival celebrated every May in Obando, Bulacan. The participants to the fertility dance during the 3 morning processions are dayo or visitors from other towns in the Philippines. Most ask the patron saints for a son or a daughter, a husband or a wife, or good fortune. They believe that by dancing, the spirit of life to enters into the wombs of women. Nueva Ecija, the agricultural haven of central Luzon and gateway to the mountains. Nueva Ecija was created as a military commandancia in 1777 by Governor-General Narciso Claveria, with the capital at Baler, present-day capital of Aurora Province. It was formerly part of the province of Pampanga. Nueva Ecija is the largest province and the biggest rice producer of the central Luzon, thus often referred to as the Rice Bowl of the Philippines. Rituals and Ceremonies in Nueva Ecija. Taong Putik Festival of Aliaga. At the crack of dawn, scores of mud-covered, barely dressed devotees make their appearance, asking for alms and candles from the town folks. This practice mimics a biblical myth about Saint John the Baptist, who was said to have done the same thing in his lifetime. A special mass culminates the occasion, reinforcing its spiritual nature to the people of Aliaga. Holy Week Rituals of Pancan. The unique Holy Week rites of Pancan, one of the oldest towns in Nueva Ecija, are woven in folklore. Aside from the differing dialect, Pangasinense widely used in Bungkan, its distinct Lenten rituals include a hide-and-seek routine between the Flagellante and Hutyo, a children's parade, and a choreographed version of Christian penitential rites in which participants with charcoal-smeared face spit bamboos. Zambales, a perfect gateway where sun, sea, and sand combine for unforgettable vacations. The province of Zambales was formally organized in 1572 after its exploration by Don Juan de Salcedo and originally included the towns of Alaminos, Bolinao, San Isidro, Infanta, Anda, Bani, and Agno, which now belong to Pangasinan. Masinloc, one of its earliest municipalities organized in 1607, was its former capital. Its earliest inhabitants are the Malays from the Celebes Sea and the kinky-haired Negritos and Aitas, which are up to now present in the province, and were then referred to as Zambali or Zambals. The name of the province was derived from the Malay word samba, meaning to worship, as the Spaniards found its inhabitants worshipping their anitos. Rituals and ceremonies in Zambales. The Namulag Festival is also known as the Zambales Mango Festival, an annual festival held in the province of Zambales in the Philippines to celebrate or encourage bountiful harvest of the province mangoes. The festival was first held in 1999. The mascot is a mango. Sibit-Sibit Festival. The name Sibit-Sibit was derived from the name of small paddle-driven bangkas used for fishing during the early days when Barangay Barreto was yet called Sitio Maquinaya. During fiestas, fisher folk called bancaries using pure human strength to win the competition. Feast of the Inapuan Bato. The feast day of Inapuan Bato is celebrated every January 24th with much solemnity, especially in her home in Botolan, Zambales. Pilgrims flock the shrine to ask for her intercession and cures to their illness. Pampanga, the culinary capital north of Manila. Pampanga was founded by the Spanish conquistador Martin de Goiti in 1571. The name was derived from the native Kapampangan words Pangpang Ilog, meaning riverside, where the early Malayan settlements were concentrated along the Rio Grande de la Pampanga. Kapampangan men are known for their gallantry and leadership, while Kapampangan women are famous for their beauty and skill in culinary arts. Rituals and ceremonies in Pampanga. Giant Lantern Festival. It is an annual festival held in mid-December in the city of San Fernando in the Philippines. The festival features a competition of giant parol lanterns. Because of the popularity of the festival, the city has been nicknamed the Christmas capital of the Philippines. Philippine International Hot Air Balloon Fiesta. It is an annual 4-day event between January and February at the Clark Freeport Zone in Pampanga. It is the biggest and longest-running aviation sports event in the Philippines. Ibon-Ebon Festival, which is also called Birds and Eggs Festival. It is a celebration held during the first and second days of February in Candaba, Pampanga. It was first celebrated in February 1 and 2 in 1998 and has been running successfully up to now. This festival is also a celebration for another year of bountiful harvest. Tarlac, the Sugarlandia of the Philippines. The name Tarlac is a Hispanized derivation of the Aita word for a talahib-like weed called Malatarlac. The Aitas lived in the western mountain regions of what is now the municipality of Bamban. Tarlac province was the last province organized in central Luzon in 1874 by the Spaniards. It was carved out from the provinces of Pampanga and Pangasinan, which explains the two major dialects spoken in the area, namely Kapampangan by more than half of the population and Ilocano, roughly 41% of the population. Rituals and ceremonies in Tarlac, Inuruban and Chicharon Festival of Kamiling. It is celebrated during the last week of October for the preparations for All Saints' Day and the Thanksgiving celebration for good harvest, particularly and good quality of meat products, particularly the chicharon or bagnet. It also features the delicious and tourist-loving chicharon and the exotic but unique delicious rice cakes and the Ilocano called iniruban. The fiesta's highlights are the street dancing competition, Miss Iniruban beauty pageant, and the municipality's agri-trade. It is the oldest cultural celebration in the province since 2000. Buiboy Festival. Buiboy or tiger grass commonly grows in cool climate. It is abundant, and since then, whenever they had fiesta or festival, they called it Buiboy Festival of the town Burgos in the province of La Union. Nevertheless, their buiboy is different from among others since they had dyed into many other colors, making it bright, colorful, and attractive to the eyes of locals and visitors. Melting Pot Festival or Malatarlac Festival. It is celebrated every January in Tarlac City. It is one of the most remarkable festivals in the province. In the year 2011, the city mayor changed the name of the festival to Melting Pot Festival, but it is still remembered by its former name. The festival is a commemoration to the first people who built civilization in the province, which is the Aitas. The names and themes of the festivals in Tarlac City have changed over the years depending on the city's leadership. Common ritual and ceremonies which are being practiced in central Luzon. Wedding ceremony. A ceremony where two people are united in marriage. Wedding traditions and customs vary greatly between cultures, ethnic groups, religions, countries, and social classes. Funeral rites. A ceremony connected with the final disposition of a corpse, such as burial or cremation, with attendant observances. Christening or baptism ceremony. A Christian tradition and ritual that is performed on infants, which is also sometimes called christening. It is the rite of admission into the Christian church through the use of water, just as Jesus Christ was baptized in the river of Jordan. Penitentia, translated as repentance. It is a Lenten ritual which is practiced on Monday, Thursday, and Holy Friday in the Philippines. It also means reviewing one's actions and feeling contrition or regret for past wrongdoings, which is accompanied by commitment to and actual actions that show and prove a change for the better. Praying. Prayer in the Hebrew Bible is a evolving means of interacting with God, most frequently through a spontaneous individual unorganized form of petitioning and or thinking. There are many rites and ceremonies remain unknown to us, unless we think and have the courage to explore and be knowledgeable about our own history. I have only mentioned a small portion of what I've learned and researched. Philippines and Filipinos have been blessed with such a rich, wealthy, and distinct culture and traditions. Therefore, in order to preserve it, we must continue living and embrace this part of ourselves and as a citizen close to our heart and soul, so that someday we can constantly remind the next generation of people about it and allow them to explore and appreciate such amazing and joyful moments in life. That's it, and thank you so much for watching and listening.